Have you ever wondered about the significance of the third temple in Jerusalem and why its construction is causing so much commotion? Well, the third temple is more than just a building. It's a symbol of spiritual fulfillment and prophetic sign of end times, deeply rooted in the beliefs of Judaism and Christianity. In the Jewish faith, the third temple symbolizes the era of messianic redemption, a time when all nations will recognize the God of Israel as the one true God. The first two temples, both of which were destroyed, left behind a palpable sense of loss. As time passes, anticipation for the rebirth of the third temple increases, fueled by prophetic passages in the Bible. For Christians, the third temple holds similar significance, but with a slightly different perspective. Many believe the construction of the third temple will herald the second coming of Jesus Christ. This belief is based on prophecies in the books of Daniel and Revelation, which speak of a temple standing in the end times. Interestingly, the third temple is also where many Christians believe the Antichrist will declare himself to be God, demanding worship from all nations. This prophecy has led to a paradoxical situation where some Christian groups support the construction of the temple, even though it is expected to be a site of great tribulation. The third temple, therefore, is not just a physical structure. It's a symbol of spiritual and prophetic significance. Its construction is not just an architectural endeavor, it's a journey of faith, belief, and anticipation. It's a journey that is fraught with conflict, but also filled with hope. As we delve into the chronology of events, we will unravel the fascinating journey towards the construction of this significant edifice. The journey towards the construction of the third temple has been marked by numerous significant events. In the heart of this journey is the Temple Institute, situated in the Old City of Jerusalem. This organization has been instrumental in the preparation of the implements and materials needed for the third temple. Their efforts have been meticulous and steeped in ancient tradition. From the high priest's chest plate to the altar, every item has been crafted with precision and reverence. These artifacts aren't just symbols, but tangible links to a past that is deeply rooted in spiritual significance. The Temple Institute's work goes beyond the creation of temple artifacts. In 2015, they completed an altar, a crucial component for restarting sacrifices. This was followed by a reenactment of the Passover sacrifice, a powerful representation of the rituals that once took place in the former temples. In 2017, they performed a sacrifice near the Temple Mount, an act that sparked controversy and resulted in some being arrested. Undeterred, the following year they were permitted to reenact the Passover sacrifice at the foot of the Temple Mount itself. Each step in this journey has been met with a mix of anticipation and contention. Yet, these events reveal a growing momentum towards the realization of the third temple. As the years have passed, the efforts of the Temple Institute and other groups have become increasingly fruitful. This journey isn't just about bricks and mortar, it's about a spiritual aspiration, a longing for a place of worship that holds deep significance to many. It's about a prophecy that, for some, needs to be fulfilled. These efforts, though met with controversy and conflict, have propelled the dream of the third temple closer to reality. As we continue to observe this unfolding journey, we are reminded of the intricate tapestry of faith, history, and prophecy that weaves together the story of the third temple. Among the most intriguing elements in this saga are the red heifers. But why were they sent to Jerusalem? The red heifer represents a unique biblical requirement for the purification of priests, as outlined in the Book of Numbers, chapter 19. The ashes of a perfectly unblemished red heifer, one that has never borne a calf, are used to create the so-called water of purification. This sacred mixture is necessary to cleanse the priests before they can offer sacrifices in the temple. In a twist of fate that has drawn worldwide attention, 5 such red heifers were flown to Israel from Texas. These unblemished creatures were supplied by a Christian group from the Lone Star State, meeting the stringent requirements for resuming temple sacrifices. This might seem straightforward enough, but there's a profound irony woven into this act of cross-continental cattle transport. The red heifers are intended for the purification of the priests, so they can offer sacrifices in a future temple. ostensibly to prepare for what they believe will be the first coming of the Messiah. However, some Christian groups believe that the third temple must be erected so it can be occupied by the man of sin, according to their interpretation of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. By providing the red heifers to the Jews, these Christian groups believe they are accelerating end-time events. It's a paradoxical situation where the fulfillment they wish to hasten is expected to bring about widespread destruction, particularly for the Jews. Despite this, there are Christians who support these efforts because they believe that the construction of a third temple is necessary to fulfill prophecy. The red heifers symbolize the intricate interplay of beliefs and prophecies that are driving the construction of the third temple. Opening. The path to the third temple is not without its share of conflict and controversy. The Temple Mount, the intended location for the third temple, is a hotbed of tension. Its significance to both Jews and Muslims has rendered it a focal point of Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Recent confrontations have escalated tensions and highlighted the political implications of the third temple's construction. On one side, there's the Israeli right wing who see the third temple as a fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Their actions, from protests to aggressive settlement expansions, are often seen as provocative and incendiary. The Israeli government, to varying degrees, has supported these efforts, lending legitimacy to their cause. On the other side, Palestinians view these actions as an attempt to alter the status quo of the city they also claim as their capital. The prospect of the third temple's construction is seen as a threat to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, one of Islam's holiest sites, and a symbol of Palestinian identity and resistance. The international community, too, is deeply divided. Some see the third temple as an inevitable step towards the fulfillment of end-times prophecies. Others view it as a dangerous provocation that could ignite a religious war of catastrophic proportions. The conflict surrounding the third temple is not just about bricks and mortar, but about identity, faith, and the very nature of prophecy. It's about whose narrative holds sway and whose history is etched into the very stones of the city. It's about sovereignty and the right to exist. Is the third temple a symbol of spiritual renewal for a nation, or a trigger for Armageddon? Is it a harbinger of peace, or a precursor to further conflict? These are questions that continue to fuel the fire of debate. Closing, as we grapple with these complexities, we realize that the third temple is not just a structure, but a powerful symbol of faith, prophecy, and conflict. The third temple, a structure steeped in spiritual significance, prophetic fulfillment, and political controversy, is more than just a building. It's a vessel of history, a testament to faith, and a symbol of a future yet to unfold. We've journeyed through time, exploring the significance of the third temple from a spiritual perspective. It's not just a place of worship, but a prophetic cornerstone, intricately woven into the fabric of end-time prophecies. The prospect of its construction sparks anticipation, as it's seen as a prelude to the return of Jesus Christ. Yet it is also a source of trepidation, as it is believed to be the stage upon which the Antichrist will declare himself God. Our journey also took us through the meticulous preparations involved in the construction of this monumental structure. From the altar to the chest plate, every detail is being crafted with reverence and precision. The Temple Institute in Jerusalem, dedicated to this cause, has been diligently preparing for this epoch-making event. The successful completion and reenactment of the Passover sacrifice signifies a significant stride towards the realization of this biblical prophecy. The role of the red heifers, an integral part of the purification rites, was another fascinating aspect we delved into. These unblemished creatures, flown in from Texas to meet the requirements for resuming temple sacrifices, exemplify the extraordinary lengths being taken to fulfill this prophecy. However, the journey towards the third temple is not without its conflicts. The sacred ground upon which it is to be constructed is a cauldron of contention, frequently witnessing confrontations and protests. The Temple Mount, a site of immense religious importance for both Jews and Muslims, is at the heart of this conflict. As we continue to witness the unfolding of events, one thing is clear. The third temple, whether physical or symbolic, will continue to shape the course of history and faith in profound ways.